Hey, it's Frank Jeter, That One Web Guy, and I'm back with another video. In this video, I'm going to be setting up a website for my latest book, Visual Impact. It's about social media graphics, online graphics, that type of thing. It's already on Amazon, and I have it on my website, but for search engine optimization purposes, I went ahead and bought a domain for it, so I could do a little bit more tweaking and things like that, just to lead sales to the Amazon page. So this one I'm just doing as a KDP, or Kindle Direct Publishing. So it's like print on demand. When somebody orders it, Amazon will print it and send it out to them. It takes a little bit longer that way. Thinking about some other delivery methods, but that's what it is right now. So I went ahead and bought, you can see this here actually goes from a website to the Amazon page. So let's go ahead and click there real quick so we can maybe come back and get that link. Now the thing I'm doing right now is I'm just going to make it as quick as possible, so you can see how easy it is to make a promotion site for your book or maybe speaking or whatever, but today I'm focusing on the book. So I'm going to go to my site, visualimpact.com. As you can see, there's nothing there. I'm just using the default theme, but I've already installed the theme that I'm going to be using. So I use Beaver Builder. That's already installed to save the time of uploading and that type of thing. So I'm going to first go to the themes appearance. I'm in WordPress, in case you're unfamiliar with that. WordPress is a free software that you can download to your host. Most of your hosting companies have that in the back end, or they will install it for you when you purchase hosting from them. Depends on where you're hosting. And I'll refrain from promoting my own service there. But so what I'm going to do here is I'm just going to go to Appearance, click on Themes, and I'm going to switch to the Beaver Builder theme. You can see right now the 2025 theme is active. So I'm just going to click Activate. And now it's not going to look a whole lot different, but if I refresh, you can see that it's made it more look like a blog site by default. And that's what it looks like. What I'm going to do while I'm here, just for security purposes, load times, I'm going to go ahead and delete all of these other themes except one. So to do that, I just click on Theme Details, click Delete. The idea is to not have as many plugins or themes on the site that hackers could potentially find and access, that type of thing. So I'm going to click on Theme Details here and delete this one. So I just have these two. Now the reason I like to leave one there is the fact that if something happens, maybe something gets messed up, a file gets corrupt or whatever, or gets hacked, prefer not to do that, and I'll show a few tips here at the end, that I like to have a backup so I can quickly switch to, maybe this one's bad, as I said, I can just activate this one. The site won't look the same, but I'll still be able to sell the book. I mean, there'll still be a link and stuff like that on the page and that type of thing. So I've already activated this one here. And while we're here, I'm just going to go ahead and go to the plugins and look at the installed plugins. I'm not going to be using the Kismet, so I'm going to get rid of that. I'm not going to be using the Hello Dolly, which is default on there as well. So the only thing that I have here currently are these three. And that'll get me what I need to do. I'll go back and add some more maybe towards the end, depending on where we are at time-wise. Now I do have some graphics prepared, of course. As I created the book, I do have a book cover. I do sell this one as a Kindle version, and there is a print version of it as well. Paperback right here, so you can switch to the paperback, and there's a full there's a back cover for that as well. And yes, I've already purchased it. I just like to see the process and have some physical copies that I can give to friends or do for promotions and things of that sort. Just much faster that way for me. In the design process, I'm kind of thinking of what I want to do. So I have a layout in mind that I normally use. I'm not sure how well it'll work for this book, and maybe it's just, but let's go ahead and get started. So I'm going to go ahead and create a new page and click All Pages, and I'm going to go ahead and click Add New. Oops, I forgot to turn off my phone. Let me do that here real quick. Put it in silent mode so I don't get, there we go, get those notifications or interruptions. So I'm going to go ahead and add the title here. It's called Visual Impact Guide, or Impact. That's what I'm going to just call it, Visual Impact. Take off that space. I would set as featured image, but we'll come back and do that. I'm just looking at the design of the page first to get going. So I'm going to go ahead and launch Beaver Builder. That's the theme that I prefer. There's some others that we could use, like I won't even mess with what you may want to look at. Cadence, or there's another one here like that. No, I'm not going to use a template. I just prefer to come out and do what I like to do. So I'm going to click row, and row is just the container that this information is in. And I'm going to select 2 here, and we're going to make this a full width page. So I'm going to go to row settings, and we're going to fix this to full width, and I'm going to select a background for this. Now I do have a background already selected or created. It's actually just the background of the book. As you can see here, we have this array, or they're actually corpuscular arrays, like from like a sun or something like that. So I already have that, and I've just saved the background for that. So I'm going to go to select a photo. It's not in there yet, so I just need to upload. I'm going to show all. I'm going to go to my website folder for this, and I'm actually going to grab this. Now I actually generated this with AI, and just trying to do as much as I can as quickly as I can to get different things here. While I'm doing this, I want to add some keywords. Alt text, I could say visual impact, book, background. And in this case, I wanted to get some descriptions here. So I'm going to go to ChatGPT. I'm going to upload the book, upload the document from that. So I'm just going to put upload that, and I'm going to say using the attached document, I need a few things. First, act as a direct response copywriter, writer, with SEO in mind, in the voice of marketing web guy Frank Dierdorf. Please provide a good image, good SEO description to use for images. Also, write a good headline. Trying to figure out the best way to write it. I like to use maybe like a headline with impactful subheadline that grabs attention, and a good lead in paragraph with call to action. Also, write a section for why this book and about the author. And we'll go with that and see what we get so far. Yeah, let's just go with that for now and see what we get. It should spit those out pretty quickly. SEO image description. That's kind of long, but I'll go with it for now. As I said, we're just trying to do this as quickly as possible. If you're like me, you got a lot of things going on, and you don't always have time to work on your own things. So I'm just going to pop this in the description so we have some SEO stuff there and not leave it blank. Google looks for alt tags, of course, and it's always good to have the have a description there as well that helps put in keywords. Now you can see that we have this background. It's kind of dark, so I might do an overlay to see overlay type color. It looks like it's using the European or Canadian couleur. So I'm going to do white. I'm going to go all the way over, and I'm going to maybe just soften it a little bit. I'm not sure if I'm going to like that background there or not, but could go the other way, see what it looks like, maybe make it darker. Let's try that, see if we may come back and make it darker, because I want the book to pop on top of it, but I want to kind of give it that impression of. Let's go there and see what happens. So I'm going to save. And so we have two columns here. We're going to have text here, and I'm going to put the copy of the book there. Sometimes we would put the book on the left, but when I go for social media, I want the copy to come up first. So what happens when you go to, not social media, mobile display, the image would then jump below the text, which might be okay to put on top, but it's just personal preference. So let's go with it this way and see what happens. So I'm going to go here and click on modules and click on photo, drop a photo there, and of course I do have that image already. So let's go ahead and grab that from my folder, show all files, and I'm going to use this one here, which I did in Photoshop fairly quickly using a template that was already there. Again, we're going to put Visual Impact book by Frank Deardorff. I'm going to put it that way this time, and I might just go ahead and put the same description in there. Now I don't want to do it too many times. Maybe I'll just comprehensive guide to mastering website and social. It'd be nice if I could actually see more of that. Social media graphics. I'm just going to delete the rest of this so I don't have the same text exactly. I'll change that to a period instead of comma. Select photo. And I think that looks better that way, having that bright that way. So let's go back to save. We're going to go ahead and grab our, I'm going to put in, I'm going to use, I think, what's in the Power Pack, which is an add-on. I think we have what's called a smart headline. So I'm going to grab that and post it here. And that allows me to do a headline, a subheadline, and it actually does a prefix as well, but I'm just using the heading this time. So let's see what headline and subheadline. Unlock the power of visuals, the ultimate guide to, so we're going to put that as our headline. I'll probably go back and change that to be something more impactful. But I'm just curious how quickly we can get this done, as I've mentioned already a dozen times. So I want this to be actually heading 1, and we'll change the colors on that, obviously. Dual heading, I'm going to say yes, and I want it to be stacked. So the secondary title will be this here. I'm going to grab that and pop that in there. And then we have this description down here below. Did it give us a description? Yep. So we have this here as our description. Obviously, we're not going to put this here. So I'm just going to grab this here, copy, and let's go back here. I'm going to pop this in where it says description. I'm going to get rid of this icon, this graphic here. I don't like what that looks like. And I'm going to left justify this just because that's my personal preference. The headlines is okay that way, and I'm going to play around with this headlines a little bit just so that we can, I don't like these widowed words down by themselves, on a word by themselves. So we have that. So our next thing would be to go to our style. So we're going for the title, and I want the color to be white. So I'm going to switch this over here. You could actually just type in FFFF, 6 Fs, which is the hexadecimal for white. And it's just going to do the colors here, I think, and then there's another one for the style, the fonts and stuff like that. So I'm not going to mess with width until we get there. So secondary title, I'm going to make white as well. And then we'll go down to the description and we'll make that white also. I'm not really liking how that looks at the moment, but it'll make a difference when we go to the typography on here. So I've been using this one called Montserrat or something like that lately, just because it has a lot of different options. It never comes up when I first, there it is, Montserrat, or however you want to say that. And it always goes to thin. I'm going to go to ultra bold. I'm in the prefix. I knew it. I always do that, and I don't know why. Title. Let's close this one. Let's go to the title. Let's go to Montserrat again. Montserrat. I guess that's how you say it, or Montserrat, depending on where you're from. Let's go to ultra bold. Let's just go to extra bold. Yeah, I like that better. And we're going to change the size. Oh yeah, of course. Why it looks so big is for some reason or another it does this. It takes the headline and the subheadline and makes it that until we change the size for the subtitle. So I'm going to go ahead and do that. I'm going to the secondary title here, and I'm going to change it to Montserrat. If I'm saying that wrong, my apologies. Let me know in the comments there if you like. I'm going to change the size of this as well. I'm just going to take it down towards just 2 lines. I'm going to fiddle with it a little bit. 28, that'll do it. And well, it's at normal, so let me go to semi-bold, and that made it 3 lines again. So let's go here. There we go. There's a few things that we can do on line height. If we want to tighten that up just a little bit, I just drag that till there's a little bit of space between the G's, that the transcenders in the letters. So do that, and we can change the styles and spacing. A lot of times I like to put -1 there just to tighten up a little bit, which will allow me then to, I'm just going to use arrow keys this time and see if I can make that a little bit bigger there, and do it that way. And then let's go ahead and go back up to our headline then, now that we have that. Oops, not prefix, almost did it again. Title, and it's extra bold. We're going to change the line height on it as well. Not that tight. It's like a little bit tighter in the headlines for some reason or another. So we have it that way. And title -1 on that as well. And that will allow us to make it just a little bit bigger again. So let's see if we can bump it up to maybe 40, 41, 42. I like to keep it even. That's why I didn't go to 43. So then let's go ahead and go down to the description, see what we can get away with there. And again, I'm going to go to the Montserrat, same family there. You can see we have highlights. Thin is a little too thin. Let's see what size we have here and go from there first. Normally I go with an 18 or so, which may not be bad there. I think if we yeah, let's do it this way here. Yeah, so I think that's pretty good. It's kind of busy though. It's a little hard to read for me because of this background. So I might not keep it that way, but we'll come back and play with that. I think it's all right. There's some things I can do a little bit later if we wanted to, like make it either darker or change the background altogether. Maybe make it a gradient instead. So actually what I might do is, since we're already here and we're talking about making it the best we can as fast as we can, first I'm going to go ahead and get rid of Get Your Copy Now, because I'm going to put the order buttons below there. And I'm going to go back to our background, row settings, and I am going to remove that photo, and I'm going to make it a gradient. It's just too busy for me there. And of course we're not going to see our text because it's that. So what I'm going to do first is I am going to go to Photoshop, and I'm going to select a color on here. I'm going to use the I on my keyboard, that letter I, and I'm just going to grab one of these oranges that's up here from the book, and it says that it is this number here, hexadecimal number, and I'm going to come over here to gradient, and I'm going to pop that number right in here. And so it gives me the orange. It's going orange to white. What I'm going to do next is then come here to one of these. I'm going to go to one of the gray colors that's from the book. Now you can see over here it's kind of hard. It's a little bit lighter than the black itself. So I'm going to go ahead and copy that and paste it in this one here, and we're going to put the hexadecimal there. And while I'm doing this, I'm going to go ahead and hit, since I'm in Beaver Builder, I can click this little plus and it adds it to my presets. So if I want to use that same color somewhere else, I could click here, click color presets, and it's in my library. Now I'm going to go ahead and do that here for the orange as well. Cancel. Select colors. Nope, color picker, sorry. I have to do that to get back to this screen. Click plus. And it adds it to the color presets there as well. So I have that in case I wanted to use it later. Now what I want to do is I might switch so that the darker color is on the left so that it helps make the text more impactful. So to do that, we can switch it. We could actually, it's the 180 I think is, we'll flip it from top to bottom. Click off. I think I have to save before it'll do it. Yeah, so that's going orange from the top to black at the bottom. I kind of like the way that looks instead of left to right. I would have to go, I think, 270 to have the black on this side and the dark on this side. But I think the colors are good, and I think that actually looks more clean doing it that way. Now there's a setting I think that I can make this where it floats in the middle, but I'm just going to leave it at the top at the moment. So what we could do is, normally, I have a lot of text here. Normally I'd put the buttons underneath, but for now, I might go ahead and put the buttons underneath here. So just as a better layout. So I'm going to go back to our standard modules, and I allow myself to change my mind on this if I so choose. But I'm going to put buy this book on Amazon. And so I'm going to select icon here, and I am going to select Amazon, not Amazon, Amazon. And I'm going to put this icon here, and it's already set to go to the left, which I like. I am actually going to change the button color here. Oops, I need to put the URL. So we left this open here. I am going to grab this URL. I think it'll let me do it without the reference at the end. I'm going to copy this and post this in as our link. Sometimes I'll put this to open in a new window in case they want to come back to the website for some reason or another. They could do that. And I am going to go to Style, and I'm going to leave the text white, which is the default. I'm going to change the font to the Montserrat, and make it normal, maybe make it semi-bold. Yeah, I like that. Make it centered, which it already is. Style, I think we want to change the, I'm going to do auto gradient there, and I know that changed it to gray, but I'm going to come back to Photoshop again. I am going to grab a little bit different color orange, maybe a lighter color. Copy, and let's make that here. Boom, that looks nice. And let's go ahead and grab the color picker and do the darker color, so when they hover over it, it'll be that color. It's a little bit different. And I'll go back to general. I think there was a place on here where I want the button to be centered. Yeah, there it is, right on this. It's on the first part of it. And I'm going to snug that up just a little bit closer to the top of the book there, and save. And then what I'm going to do next is copy this button. So we have this duplicate here, and it's going to duplicate this button so I don't have to make all those settings again. I'm going to say learn more about the book, and I'm going to take away this icon. I'm going to replace this icon and just make it an arrow. I generally like this one here, just like the way it looks there. And click, oops. And so I'm going to go down here, and I'm going to say hashtag learn more. Now I've not done anything to make that jump yet, and I'm going to uncheck new window. So we have that in place. We're moving pretty good here. I think I'm going to need some space here, and I'll show you why in just a moment. So we're going to go into row settings, and we're going to go to advanced, and in the padding I'm going to put 100 at the top, And at the bottom, I'm going to put 50. And that'll make more sense. I may have to go more than 100 there at the top, but you'll see why in just a moment. Excuse me. We're going to go ahead and go to our next section. I'm going to do another row. And I think I want to do another 2-column. Now I'm doing a zigzag pattern here. So we're going to have image here, and we're going to do an image on this side. And I'll make this a little bit small. So I'm going to add another photo. And I apologize if I'm going kind of fast. I'm trying to get this done as quickly as possible just so you can see how we can get this done. I'm going to use another book image, show all files, and this isn't the one I want. Generally, I try to turn the book so it goes the other way. So let me see if I've got another. Let me cancel this real quick. I tend to like to have the book facing, so it leans into the text. So I'm looking for right in front of me, I'm sure, Cover Action Pro. I think now I'm in Acrobat, Adobe Acrobat, or sorry, Adobe Bridge. I'm looking for paperback books, and this is a 5.5 by 8.5 book. And I'm wanting more something like this here. I don't know what the difference is between that one. Well, this one's what I want because my book's actually much smaller than those two. Let's go with this one here. And then I'm just going to double click it. It's going to open up in Photoshop. I need to create a spine. I really can't see much of the spine there, so I'll click this panel. I'll go to this full page here. And I'm going to turn off these layers here so I don't get that in the bottom. But I am going to grab a little bit of this image here. Edit, copy, merged. Now, if you don't have Photoshop on your computer, or or if you need a graphic artist, I know a guy. My son likes to say that. I know a guy. Just let me know. If you don't have Photoshop, you can use a service called Photopea. I may have a video on that on my website or in my channel here. Say yes, I'm going to save that, and it adds this color to that edge there. And now we're going to do the cover itself. So we're going to do the same thing. I'm going to grab this image here. Again, I'm going to edit, copy, merged. And go back to this one here, edit, paste, and paste that in. Looks like we're good. I want to check, make sure. See if I can tighten that up. Stretch this out just a bit. Shouldn't stretch it out too much. Come on, there we go. Looks like it about put it back where it was, but not exactly. Close this one. It's gonna ask if I want to save, and say yes, and it puts it back here. Now, I don't like all this extra space, especially from where I'm using. And of course, this graphic is way bigger than what I need. It's actually probably a print version. I'll find that out in just a moment. But I'm just going to edit. Now, I could crop this, but I'm not going to because I don't want to mess up the original Photoshop file. So I'm going to file new. And since I have that selected, it's going to create a clipboard about the same size as the image that I selected. Oops, I didn't edit. Copy, merge. Or did I say select all? Yep, let's do it that way, I guess. Copy, merged. Control V. It's going to try to fit the whole thing in there. I still selected it wrong. So I'm going to shrink this here. Zoom back in so I can see what I'm doing. So I want to make sure I get all the shadows to give it the 3D dimension. Drop that in here real quick. Boom. Drop off the background so it's a transparent background. Transparent won't show these gray and whites. It's just giving you a little pattern so you can see that it's not white. So I'm going to go ahead and export as, and the file size is about what I want, 641 by, so I'm just going to make it 600. It'll change this one to match. And I wanted it to be a PNG. I'm going to export it, and I'm going to put it in this folder. I'm going to put it to 500. Let's see, visual impacts standings by 600. And I'm just going to use FR for facing right and save. And then we can go back to our document, select files, show all files, and we want the one here that says facing right. And and the description, I'm just going to say get the visual impact book. I'm trying to focus on the word visual impact. So we have that there, which looks good. Let's go back to our we have this section, and this is actually going to be called Why This Book. So I'm actually just going to copy this as is. Now I'll go back and read this later just to make sure that it's accurate, but the whole purpose is to try to get as much done as quickly as possible, as I've said many times already. So I'm going to grab the text editor. I'm doing this so that you can see how quickly you can actually do this with the right tools. It says this is a Beaver Builder is a paid theme. There are others out there, as I said, like Cadence is a free one. You can do some things with that. And I might do a tutorial on Cadence here very, very soon. And of course, there's Avada and stuff like that that has a free version. I keep wanting to say Asana there, but that's not accurate. But so Why This Book? We're going to put that there. I'm going to leave the Why This Book here. Do I want to? Yeah, so what I'm going to do here is I'm going to go into row settings, and we've not used it yet. The other one was Learn More, I think is what the other one was. But this one here, I'm going to go to Advanced, and I'm going to go to the ID section. And we're going to use this in the menu at the top. And I'm going to just call this one Why By. I'll have to try to remember these when I get there. Now for the background of this one, let's say I'm going to go to row settings, and I'm going to go again, style, full width. Just expands it out a little bit. And I'm going to do something a little different with this one. We're going to do a row background, and background, we're going to do just a color. I'm going to do a solid color on this one. And I'm just going to do, let's see, the color picker, grab that one there, and I'm just going to do a variation of that. Because I want it to be fairly light. I want to go lighter than that even. That looks pretty good. I'm going to go ahead and save that in case I decide to use that gray elsewhere. I don't have to try to guess what percentage I used here, this 0.18. Could bump it up to 0.20. Oh, I've already saved it, so I'm not going to worry about it. And also on this row, I'm going to go down and I'm going to add something a little snazzy to this, make it a little fancier. We have this bottom shape. This is kind of cool. I like doing this one. So what we're going to do is I'm going to do the waves. We have some other options here. We can do waves, we can do circle. So you can add some texture and stuff like that. But right now I'm just going to stick with waves. And I'll show you why in a bit. I just like how it looks. Going to mess with the height a little bit. I don't want it to be that tall. I just want to create just a little bit of a transition on that, just to stay underneath the book a little bit and leave it there. And I know it's going from gray to this, but I wanted to transition to the next section. So I'm going to go to the shape container, I do believe it is, and nope, bottom shape style, I think is what it is. Bottom shape style. It probably shows this gray, and I'm going to change that to white. So I'm just going to drag that all the way up to the corner. I could just enter FFF if I wanted to, and save. So we have that there. And one thing that I wanted to do that I didn't, I'm going to go ahead and grab this URL again. And so I'm going to grab that, copy, cancel there. I'm going to put that image, put that URL on the book. I want to give everybody the opportunity every time to order. So I'm going to put that there. So if they click on the book, they can go order. They don't have to worry about it. I'd rather have too many options than not enough, right? So then we're going to add one more section here, another row, and we're going to put it underneath this one. And I'm just going to leave this one white, and that's going to transition into this next section. So we'll go back here. We have about the author. They didn't really give us much about why this book. So we'll get to that in just a second. Let's see. Can you provide a little bit of sales copy in the same style that flows, and oops, come on, Frank, that flows from here's why you should buy this book. So it's typing that out, giving us some learn more, some options like that. So you can see that it's just writing something in the text here. Now I might leave the bullets, may not though, because these bullets here cause some issues sometimes when I paste it in. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to highlight this. And I know this is kind of weird, but I've ran into this with the host that I'm using here. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to go to docs.google.com, enter, and I'm already logged into my Gmail account, so I can just pop this in here, and I'm going to grab this section here, and let's go back to our sales page here, and I'm going to grab the text editor, pop that in. Here's why you should buy this book. I'm not going to worry about changing the font here. We'll do that in just a moment somewhere else. And then I'm going to add a section here called list, I think is what I want. So I can drop this in here. It says list, edit list item, select icon. Let's do, type it in here. I could search, check. This one here kind of goes with the other. Heading text is, let's go to this first one. I haven't figured out why that caused an issue when I copied that icon in. I think it may have something to do with mod security rights on that. I click style, icon color. Here we go. I'm going to change this color to be the orange here and save. See what we get. And I didn't get the edit list item. Didn't show my. Let's see if that gives it the bullet at the right spot. There it goes. So I'm going to get rid of, I knew it was one or the other. There's another one that I use that it just has the one column. So I'm going to get rid of this. I don't want that there. And we're going to change the bullet size. I think there's a place here for the bullet size. Yeah, this is annoying. This isn't the one I normally use. Generic list icon. Maybe that's what I want. I should have done. Check. Style. There's what I want. There we go. That's about what I want. 35. Icon padding, we want some padding to the right so it's not right on the text, and we'll change this size here in just a moment. Content style, let's do the Montserrat again. Taking a little bit longer than I anticipated to get to this point, but you can see we should have it done pretty quickly here, though. We're about done actually. And we're going to go with 18. We don't want the thin. Let's go with semi-bold. Looks good there. And the text looks lighter than what I want. So let's go with the content color. Do the color picker. Let's go ahead and go with that black. We could have gone with any other black, but I guess that'll work. So let's go back to our list here. And I'm going to duplicate this and edit this list item, and I'm going to change the content. So we'll go back here. We'll do this 5 times real quick, but we have the settings in place. So Save. Duplicate that. Edit list item. Go to our text. Copy. Control A, Control V. Save. I'll probably go back and change the spacing in there as well, just because there's a lot of space in between there. I just like it to be a little tighter. Click in there, Control A, Control V. Save. And let's duplicate this one again. Edit list item. I think we're about there, yep. Boom, Control C. Come down here, Control A, Control V. And if you're on a Mac, it's Command instead of Control. Just to let you know that. Scroll down, we're doing one more time I think we have here. Go back here, and this is the last one. Nope, I don't want to do that. Let's go back here, scroll down one more time, Control A, Control V, save. And I think we have some settings here: list type, list item style. We can do this here as well. I want to move that up as a whole. That's not terrible on the spacing. It's to me it's a little tight there, but not too bad. I guess we could leave it just because, you know, I'm being nitpicky here. Yeah, I don't want to do that. Style. Anyway, let's click Save As and move on. I'm going to also click on this one, go to Advanced, and I'm going to change the bottom to 0 to bring that distance there a little bit more. So we have we have one more piece of text to go underneath that. That's this section here. Control C, and I'm going to drop this over into our Google Docs as well. Nope, it's already over there. So let's go ahead and grab it here. I'm going to take out these icons. Just because I don't want to have any issues. You could leave them if you want, if it works with your theme builder. And it may be something on my hosting. As I said, there's a security setting that it triggers occasionally. So I'm going to grab another text editor box and drop it under here. I'm just dragging and dropping. I'm going to go to General, paste that in there, and we have that as well. Before I do that, I'm going to click on the top space and click 0. Now with this, sometimes if you have a chain here, the length of values, if that's clicked, it's going to set everything to 0. So if I don't want everything to 0, hit cancel. Oh man, I thought I'd saved once already, so my apologies. Let's go to General here, click V, grab your copy now, and I am going to, while I have this open, grab this again, copy. Visual Impact. I'm going to highlight this. I'm going to click on the chain link here, and I'm going to make this a hyperlink. I'm going to say click there. I'm going to click Edit and then go back to the gear, open link in a new tab. I just found it's better to do that as a two-step. So we have a text link there as well. I'm going to go to Advanced, and I just want this first one to be 0, not all of them. So I'm going to click 0 there to move that up a bit. So we have a good balance there. So we have some basic copy here. Now I would probably go back and add some more eventually, more copy, just make sure that we have enough in there for the visual impact and things like that. We have the text there, but I'm going to go ahead and again add, well actually let's do it this way, no sense creating it. We're going to actually just duplicate this button here. And we're going to, oops, come on, grab this one right here, and we're going to move it down here. So we have that. And then we're going to add another box that looks kind of like this one. So I'm going to put the image, I'm going to do another row. What I could do actually is, I'm just going to go ahead and do it this way. I was going to duplicate that other one and then switch the columns around, but I want to come down here. Nope, it's not where I want it. It's trying to put it inside that box. So I want to actually put it below that box. because I want to go, there we go. I want to go full row again. Style, full row, full width. I'm going to do that same background color. I'm going to do the color, color picker. I want this gray. And it didn't say take it, did it? There we go. And then I'm going to do border. Nope, not border. I don't want border. I want top shape this time, not bottom shape. We're doing top shape. We're going to do the waves again to kind of tie the two together. And we're going to do a height of, I just kind of visualize it, just see what works for me. In that case, it's 50. Top shape style. And we're going to change this to the white to match. Or just drag it. Dragging's easier. Save. And then we're going to do, I'm going to move this over to this side. And do about the author. I think I have a image that I can use for that. Actually, photo and general. Let's select photo. I have a left one, but I think I need a right one for here. See, I have this left one. So I think I have it in my Dropbox, if I remember correctly. Let's see if it's there. I'm hoping it's here. If not, I'll drop the left one in and go back and change it. I'm not going to spend a whole lot of time looking for an image. So I'm going to say, give it one more time to catch up the graphic, the uploading. I thought it was right in here somewhere, but it's not. So I'm just going to go ahead and select files and go to use this one for now. Normally I would want that to be facing the other way. I'm going to do this as a circle. Boom. So we have the circle there. I can add a border to it. So I'm going to select solid. We're going to do a color picker, and I'm going to select this color, but I'm going to make it a little bit darker. It's already at the top there, but I can actually just drag this to the left or the right a little bit. There we go. I want it to be a little bit darker, so just give some separation for the areas like on the window that's a little bit lighter. And I need to actually put a size there, so I'm just going to do a 1 pixel. What does 2 look like? 2, and I need to click the chain so it goes all the way around the circle. There we go. That looks good. It looks good to me anyway. So we're going to, so this next one we're going to do a text editor. General, and we're going to go back to our chat here. We have an about the author here. I'm going to copy this. Oops. Paste that in there, so we have that there as well. So we can have that in place. And I'll click save. And we're about done here. I'm going to try to add a little bit more space. Advanced. They only give us margins there. So if I add a margin at the top to give us a little bit more space off that wavy line, that's fine. And I'm going to do the same for our image. Advanced, let's do margin at the top. And I'm just going to kind of bring that down there. If I wanted to, I could, I don't need to put, sometimes I put the name underneath, but I've got my name over here to the left, so that's fine. So we have that there, and that looks pretty good. Now I'm going to put another order on here. One thing that I didn't do is we had this learn more, I think it is. So I'm going to go to this section here. Advanced. I think we called it learn more. I hope that's what it's called. I guess we can find out here if we click here. general and go to the hyperlink. It says, now you have to put in this hashtag sign emblem there, tic-tac-toe board, learn more. Just not just the word learn more, it won't work. So we've pretty much got what we need to here. I know we have this at the bottom and we have that other at the top, but I'm going to show you what I'm going to do there as well. We are going to go ahead and save our documents. Done, publish. So I'm going to test our links here. That's always important, right? And it did open up in a new tab, learn more. It did jump there, which is what we want, and it, so we have this as a good section here. So the next thing I'm going to do real quick, we're almost an hour. I apologize about that. We're just trying to get done. So hope you find this useful, and I hope you find it good for your learning here. So I'm going to go to the dashboard, and I have what's called Beaver Builder Themer Layouts, which is a add-in plugin. Add new themer. I'm just going to call this one front page header. I'll probably want to go back and add a contact link and stuff like that, but the whole purpose of this is to be able to go back and add more information to generate traffic. That will be a different video. I don't want to stick this to the top, overlay, and I do want to click this to yes because I do want it to overlay. Choose, I want to say a particular page, so I'm going to say page. All pages, I'm just going to say Visual Impact. That was the name of the page that we have. And we're going to launch Beaver Builder. So it's going to give us this opportunity. I'm going to get rid of this at the top because I don't want the social media. I want them to go to Amazon. I don't want them to go to all that kind of stuff. I'm going to take this away, and I pretty much just want the navigation, which I need to go back and add a menu. So let's see, no menus found, add a menu. It's going to take us to the menu page. So we're going to create a menu name header, and we want to add, so it's create menu, and we're going to add none of these pages actually. We're going to use custom links for this. So our first one would be, I like to put the full URL there, so I'm going to put Visual Impact, and then we're going to do / about the author. I'm just going to say about there, which we didn't set that one. Oops. Yep, that's the URL. So about the author, we need to go back and add that ID tag on there. About the author, add to menu. So it adds that there. We're going to add the other one that we had here. We're just going to click there. Why buy? I think is one of them we did set. Add to menu, and then I'm going to go ahead and click do get your copy here. Oops, I need the URL, which would actually be our Amazon link again. Nope. So I'm going to put our URL there. Get your copy. Add to menu, and we're going to save. We're going to go back to this page here. It says I'm going to hit cancel here, and then I'm going to open it up again. So it has no menus found. It is there. Maybe I need to hit publish there and come back so it knows. Yeah, there it is. About the author, why buy, get your copy. I'm going to go ahead and reopen this page in the editor. I think if I get rid of this, yeah, it's going to make that more narrow there. And I think I can change the, I don't want a background. It shows as blue so that you see that you're doing something. I think it says, background. I'm going to turn that off and save. Now we have to come back and tweak the menu colors and things like that, but so we have that, and we're going to need to go ahead and do a footer while we're at it. So I'm going to go ahead and go back to Themer Layouts, and I'm going to add a new Themer Layout. I'm going to say site-wide footer, Now we're only doing the one page at the moment. You know, as I said, I'll go back and add a contact page. I'm going to select footer here, add theme or layout, and this won't be anything fancy. I'm going to click entire site for this one, and then launch Beaver Builder. And so we have this nice purple area here. Normally what I like to do is drop out some of this information. In this case, we should have a privacy policy and all that kind of thing. I am going to drop this stuff out though. Okay. Okay. I wish I could just get rid of them all at once, but, and okay. I'll put the contact link here. I'm just going to leave it as is for now. But I'm going to go ahead and grab another photo and put another copy of the book there. So select photo, and I'll just go ahead and grab this one here again. Select photo. Notice when we reuse that image, it has the alternate text in the description already there. It's a lot larger than what I want, so I'm going to go to medium. I think we can go to style and set the width what we want, like that. We could actually then grab let's go back here, and I'm going to scroll up here and just use this description, SEO image description. Copy, and I'm just going to put that in this area here. Control A, Control V, save. And I'm going to say, instead about us, about visual impact book. Leave it at that. And these here will change as well in the future. I'm not going to do that now because I'm trying to keep this to a certain length here. I'm going to click save there. I am going to change this background for obvious reasons. Row settings. Now this is going to be right underneath that gray section, so think about that as you're going. So I'm going to go back here and change this. I don't want this to be this purple. We can do the color presets. I don't want it to be the gray. Let's see. Let's do gradient. Boom. And let's do opposite of what the top is. So we're going to change this to 180. We already know we're going to do that. And then we're going to go to from the orange for the first one, and then we'll go to the color presets, click on that color. It's a little bit off black. I think that looks really nice, kind of a warm color. And then this bottom one here, I'm going to click the wrench there. On this bottom one, I'm actually just going to go ahead and click black, which is 6 zeros. So it bleeds in or blends into that darker color right into the black, and I think that looks really good. So then we're going to publish here. I'm going to make one more change for this video. For now, I need to go into reading. I need to change this to a static page, and the home page is going to be the visual impact page. There's some other things that I'd want to change, like if I come in here to discussion, I'm going to I'm not going to allow people to submit comments. Sometimes people find other things on here. I don't want them to email me. Comment must be manually approved. I'm just going to click save changes. Now there's some other things that I would want to cover, but I think that's going to be in another video of connecting it to SEO and your Google account and things of that sort. I'm trying to really keep this one to under an hour, but we're right at an hour now. So I'm going to refresh our page here, and you can see here I don't like those colors, but we'll change that. Change the menu to be something a little bit more appealing, maybe something that matches these. And so we have why buy this book. We need some more spacing here. We have our about this. They can buy the book here either by copying the I do need to change copying the link here or the button. We have about the author, and let's go ahead and put another we can put another order link here in this section as well. So let's go ahead and change that real quick, and we'll come back. So let's go ahead. I want to go to appearance here real quick and customize. So we have, I'm going to go into content. Nope. Settings, that's not it either. Well, let's go ahead, since we're here, site identity, visual impact guide. So I'm going to actually change this to visual impact guide book. And I'm actually just going to copy unlock the power of visuals, or let's go with this one here. It's a little long for the tagline, but that'll get, select a site icon, and I'm just going to click this right there. It should be like 512 by 512, and it's not. So let's go ahead and grab that real quick. File, new, and we're going to do a new one here. I'm going to do actually, 512 by 512 and 72 dpi, dots per inch, which is what your screen reader will look at. I'm just going to grab, since this is up, select all, edit, copy, merge, go to the here, and Control V. Come on, why aren't you pasting? Paste. There we go. Shrink this down so it fits in the box. Control minus will let that pan out a little bit. Put this in the middle. Get rid of the background, and we're going to save this as export. There you are. Export as PNG, export VGICO. I'm just going to call it visual, that should be VI, but doesn't have to be. I mean, I could put social media, SEO there. So let's cancel this and grab that new, select your icon, upload files. And we're going to go back to here and open. I'm going to call it Visual Impact Book. Select, and what that does, as you can see here, it'll change how we have these icons at the top. When I save this or publish this, it's going to put a copy of the book right there as that icon. After we refresh the page, of course. And then the final thing I want to do real quick here is I want to go into general text, and I'm going to go to the, again, I've used it throughout, and again, if I'm saying Montserrat wrong, so you can see here, it's here. I'm going to change this to 18 as the default, just because it's more visually appealing. Line height at 1.5 is okay. We're going to do it normal as the, because I think medium would be just, it doesn't look bad. I'm going to change the space here, but I think it looks pretty clean that way, and it's a good size font. So we're going to click publish there, and go back. We're going to go to our themer layouts because we talked about site-wide footer. I am going to launch Beaver Builder here, and we're going to put in a button down there at the very bottom. Now eventually, well, actually I'm going to change this font because it doesn't need to be 18. We change here, I'm actually going to make it like 14, so it's just not as, well, let's go with 15. That looks all right. Save. We're going to come in here and add a button. General buy on Amazon, and let's change the style to center. We're going to link that to our text again. That's why I like leaving the tabs open so that we can just grab those again. New window. Let's go ahead and grab an icon here, as I like that Amazon link. Boom. And then we need to change, see, the style. Text will still be white, but let's do the background like we did on the other. Color presets, we had that. I think it was set to flat still, so we need to change it to auto gradient. And then on the hover color, let's do the same color, but let's make it a little bit darker, or do we want to go a little bit lighter? Let's just leave it like that. And then click save. Now I have that centered, and it's probably annoying you as well. I'm going to click left, and that lines up with those buttons. It kind of centers better. So I'm going to click save there, Click done there, and then we just need one more change. Let's go back to Visual Impact. Let's go to the dashboard, go to pages, and we'll go to our Visual Impact page, and we were going to launch Beaver Builder. And we're going to go in here. Is it row settings what we want here? Go to advanced, and then padding at the bottom, just to give that a little bit more space, some breathing room, so it's not on the top of the other. Click save, and I think we look good there. So we have our page here that's all complete pretty much. As I said, we're going to add the content. Why buy jumps to there, about the author, which we didn't change. What did we put there? About. So let's go back to our page. So if I don't change this, somebody's going to say, Frank, you didn't change that. So launch. Real quick here. We're going to go into this row settings, advanced. We're going to go to the ID section, and we just called it about. Save, done, publish. Let's refresh here. Now it's going to show my logged in box there, but I'm going to go ahead and scroll to the top, and if we click on about the author, it drops down to there. I really wish this was a little bit tighter so it would actually show the button. So I might change this to put the button on top. Or I might add another link over here that says buy this book or something like that. Or I might link it to all my books. So like if you go to, I could actually link it to the website here if I wanted to, or if I was on Amazon, I could actually click it to this page here that has more books that I've done. So we could do that real easy as well. Let's copy that, and we'll make this the last change we're doing. So let's go to I click here, Visual Impact, and I can scroll down here. Let's go ahead and grab this button here, duplicate it. Oh, let's do this one here. Duplicate this one, and I'm going to drag it down, drag, keep on dragging. Laugh along with me if you caught that reference. Link, paste, new window. What do we want the text to say? Maybe see all books. I want to keep it short. I want to keep it one line. I know what we'll do. This is going to drop to 2 lines here in just a moment. Yep. So what we'll do is we'll change the text size on this one. That'll probably do 2 lines there on. I'll get rid of the icon on this one maybe. And I'll just leave it like that. Save. Done. Publish. And we should be good. So in under an hour you could easily do this. Now I'm saying under an hour, but we have, I already have my graphics done. But we did generate the text, we did generate the copy and everything like that in that time frame. So the next thing would be to get it listed in Google or put it on a page. Start putting it in your social media and stuff like that to get access to this page. So I hope you found this useful. If you have any questions, go ahead and post them in the descriptions below. And if you want, check back to the URL visualimpactguide.com to see as I add some more tweaks to it in the future. But I'll be back again with another video here soon. So I appreciate you joining me today, and just let me know what you think. Give me a like and subscribe to the channel.